All right, so I'm back with Kinnan. Um, there seems to be another way to play Kinnan, which is just a ton of counter spells. So I'm doing that. A lot less of the, excuse me, mana rocks that like are three or more. I still think Uro's good, and this kind of like draws cards. I completely destroyed like a blue white Teferi deck by just having a ton of counterspells and sort of poking them to death until I eventually drew and played Craterhoof Behemoth with only 4 lands in play, which is kind of funny. The game went on that long and I only found 4 lands. There's 31 in the deck, which is probably too many because the rest of the deck is a lot of mana dorks and mana rocks. But it seems to work out really nice. Golos players don't even like to play against this. They seem to just scoop instantly. And maybe the matchup got even worse when whoever decided a counterspell version of Kinnan is better than all in on Kinnan doing things. You kind of have like Keenan's ability as sort of a value, sort of backup thing because you got to cut something to do this. So people probably cut like big giant creatures and just kind of hope Kinnan gets one of them every now and again. Also, like and subscribe, and let's play Magic the Gathering. We have 1 land. I don't like it. We have 3 lands. We have these, which are not good at all, and absolutely no mana rocks or dorks. I don't think I like this. I'm on the play, though. Yeah, you know what? I'm on the play. I'm on the play. For some reason, people like to reveal a land off of this turn 1. Oh, of course. Of course. I always found that kind of strange. But I guess if we're going to be the first one to have Kinnan in play, might as well do it. Before they leave up like Tail's End or something. Probably just play Kinnan themselves. You know, actually, I think I should run this. I think I own a copy, and it's just another one of the 2 mana dorks that could take out one of the 3 mana dorks. Um, I'm not. I'm just gonna do this. I don't really care to stop Kinnan over and over again. I'd rather kind of stop other things. Especially with Agent of Treachery kind of close. Might be able to steal this. Okay, that's good draw. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 mana. Not enough to do anything crazy. I'll just play this. And I will trade Keenan's. Opponent isn't interested. Opponent has double mana dork, and we only had 1, and ours actually can't do anything next turn. So we're back to normal mana. Not sure what this is about. Okay. They want a plus on the island? Why are they plussing on the island? It seems strange. Unless they want to tap the forest right now and then untap it again. Okay, I think we can beat what's happening. They did draw a flyer, which means I can't just smack Nissa, which is really unfortunate. But I guess they're going to block. Wait, does this have to hit face? What does this have to do the thing? It has to deal combat damage to a player. Okay, that's not great at all. Yeah, I think we're going to lose. I think I'm just going to scoop them up. I can kind of see the writing on the wall here. When there's really no spot removal, it's very, very, very difficult to come back on the board. And countering things is great, but the Nissa ultimate means they pretty much only draw gas because they're going to pull out a ton of lands. And I guess they have a 3-3 or a couple 3-3s that would be indestructible at that point as well. And almost any other threat kills me at that point because they've doubled they've doubled their mana dorks and their green sources or their forests. We have blue mana, but again, Gilded Goose. Can't do it again after I do it once. So maybe I don't like this. Okay, Mystical Dispute's fine, right? Then we got the Toolbox card here. Lead with this. Prism does tap for 2, but you do need an untapped source to do this, so it really only taps for an extra 1. But that's probably fine. Oh, did I want to play the layer? Does it matter? Probably doesn't matter. Okay, and then I run out Kinnan. And I guess I'm not going to leave up Mystical Dispute, so I'll just play this. There's nothing to do for 2 mana here. Hopefully I can Agent or Treachery Golos. That'd be really funny. Or maybe Agent or Treachery a good land, but no, probably Golos. Okay, so we have 4. We can tap like this, leave up 1, but then they cast Golos and I feel stupid. Do I do that still? Do I care if Golos resolves? Not really, especially if that is what they do next turn. I think this is fine, because this goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. Yeah. This seems fine. I don't think we care about Golos resolving. And I'll get probably this, doesn't matter. Okay. Hopefully they just windmill Golos, get a land I don't care about, and then I steal Golos, and then they have to wipe the board, which is good. I could take the World Tree. It makes it very difficult to ever activate Golos. But I think taking Golos is 700 times better every single game ever, so let's just do that. They don't have double white for a sweeper. They could do double black, but I think there's only Ritual of Soot, which isn't good enough. Oh, nope, they got all their colors online. I forgot the World Tree just does that, right? That's 6 lands, right? So they actually have all rainbow lands now. Oh, well, okay. That's really good. After I played Agent of Treachery. We're also kind of past the point of Mystical Dispute doing anything. Probably should leave up Golos activation. And just swing with these, right? They're not going to trade off, so this seems fine. And then I leave up counter magic. It's pretty obvious I'm leaving up counter magic. Though not necessarily, because Kinnan's ability is instant. It is instant. Tatyova. I don't think I want to deal with this. I don't think I want to deal with that. I don't want them to keep up with me. In, like, cards and stuff. I might Primal Command one of their lands on top, because again, it just slows them down. Okay. So much for swinging. Yeah, let's just counter anything, because soft counters are getting worse. Okay. Alright, can I leave that up if I cast this? No, I cannot leave up a counter spell if I cast this. I can cast this for 2. I don't know what I get for 2 mana that's worth it. Can I get something for like a lot of mana? That's really good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can get something on 5. No, I think we're going to do the same thing we've been doing, which is not doing really anything and just swinging like this. Counterspell with Kinnan back up. It worked last turn. It's funny how taking their Golos is actually going to kill them, like, with damage and not... Hoo-hoo, let's not lose the game. Go, good game, I guess. I thought they were going to counter it. But I don't think they'd say good game until after that. Like, if they said good game and then cast a counter spell, and I'm like, oh, spell pierce. And they're like, oh, they said good game too early or something like that. Alright, that was a weird game. That was very strange. The stealing their Golos was just... like, they just had Field of the Dead in hand. It just didn't matter. Yeah, that was a weird game. Agent of Treachery, I guess, just was really good, huh? Okay, yet again, Gilded Goose. Not really what you want to see as your mana dork. But I guess I'm going to keep it. It's hard to say this is not a good hand. I almost want to take Gilded Goose out because it just frustrates me that I can only tap it once. Alright, play this. We can play this, or we can start racing for lands, which probably is more important in this spot. No, you know what? No. I'm just going to do this. Yep, wish I had that. Okay, so if I play a land, I have 5 mana. I guess I'm going to play a land and pass. And hopefully I can Spell Swindle something, because the treasure tokens tap for 2. Or whatever they're called. Yeah, they are treasure tokens. Alright. Get wrecked. So I would only make 2. I'd make 2 treasure tokens. This would be offline. And then I'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I could ape kill this. Knock them even farther behind. Or leave up these. And I'd probably just leave these up. Because if they just played land and cast Kinnan again, it could get annoying, and this is just kind of shutting them down for a while. But the problem with doing this, leaving these up forever, is I'm not really doing anything else. Like I'd probably leave, like, cast this and leave this up instead of double counterspell. That's funny though. The 5-minute counterspell off the Gilded Goose actually did something. That's really actually, you know what? If it wasn't for turn 1 Gilded Goose, I could not have done that. So I got to put my money where my mouth is. A turn 1 mana dork of any caliber was the reason that happened. Yeah, why does it matter tapping Gilded Goose more than once when you only have to do it once? Okay. I didn't see what was in that pack. I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, I should probably buy some packs. I have like 30,000 gold. I just don't know what to... I don't know what to buy. It's a little bit easier to have just sort of a standard deck and have 1 or 2 standard decks. I don't like standard, but... than it is to, like, not have that. If you're just trying to make like 50 historic decks. Historic's still better, though. Let's be real. We're on the draw, which is really unfortunate. If we were on the play, I think this gets astronomically more difficult for the opponent. If it wasn't already a difficult matchup. Now, we don't have any counterspells at all, and that may be a reason this wasn't a good keep. Because those are really good against this deck. But I kept what I kept. I'm going to play this, and I'm going to pass. Opponent plays the Heath thingy. Okay, so now we're going to Kinnan. This is Yeah, alright. Well, it wasn't Spell Pierce. That's for sure. I'm going to play the Servant of the Conduit and not the other one. The Tangled thingy, because it might wind up being a land for the turn. I'm a little all in. This was probably... Yeah, this honestly was a bad keep, because I get to this point, and then they have like 6 board wipes, and it's just... Like, I guess I'm back to square one. Hopefully Agent of Treachery can turn this around. Yep, I should have kept literally any hand with counter magic in it at all, ever. Land? Nope, of course not. Alright, well, this is bad. I have 5 mana. I'm drawing a completely dead and useless card. And they have Teferi. They do not have Teferi because they do not have a land. Okay, I'm going to swing. I don't care if they, like, settle the wreckage me or something. Maybe I... Ooh. No, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. And then I'll cast this. We don't care if this gets countered. Okay, I kind of care that it was Spell Pierce. That feels really bad. Okay, land on top. That's fine. I'm gonna swing again. If they want to do something about it, that's fine. Kama is one of our best draws. I'm 1 land away from casting it, though. I don't think I care if they counter Kinnan. I think we're past Kinnan doing anything. I think we're past this. So hopefully it's a... I'm forcing them to counter this, and it shuts off a card draw spell instead on their end step or something like that. That is totally fine. Yep. Swords to Plowshares? Think they should have done that before I got the land for free. Okay. Alright, so they wound up going for Teferi. We're, again, drawing a really bad card, because in this instance, we drew, like... I think we drew every card in the deck that cost more than 6. No, there's like 2 more. There's like 2 more. That's not every single one. Okay. Yep. I don't see leaving up a Sublime Epiphany as doing anything. Need a land. Whatever. Whatever. Yep, we just didn't draw land. That sucks. If we were on the play, I think, if we were on the play or we mulligan for a hand with, honestly, a single counterspell, I think that matchup gets way, way harder for our opponent. Not even just being on the play. That's not something that, you should ever count on. Okay, we have a stroke for... I can't keep this. No green mana. That's really, really difficult to justify. Okay, this is fine. I feel like I'm drawing the same, like, 30 cards. I guess I shouldn't complain. I mean, there are basically 20 or so functional reprints, right? There's a lot of 2 mana things, but I feel like I'm drawing a lot of the same cards here. I guess we'll take it, though. It's not like these cards are bad. Alright, so I'll draw this, play that. Negate's not the greatest draw, but again, we have an Agent of Treachery on potentially a Golos. Scavenging Ooze is very strange. Very, very, very strange, actually. I think I'm just going to Golem here. It's sort of the same. I think this is better. I use all my mana this way. I don't see myself negating anything next turn. And I can get a second blue. Or third blue. Oh, well, if there was something I'd want to negate, that would have been in it. So that's unfortunate. But we're in the position where we will Kinnan and then next turn have Agent. So this is probably fine. And then negate can maybe even do something better instead of tempoing, because I'm not a fan of countering ramp spells anyways. Can swing. I'm not gonna play. I'm not gonna. Maybe I should Field of Ruin. I'm gonna threaten the position of. I'm gonna show him it. Fires of no. Let's not deal with that. Meteor Golem can't kill lands. That's fine. So now we just leave up Kinnan, basically, forever. Essence Scatter here. Yep. And then I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I couldn't actually activate Kinnan, but for all my opponent knows, because I didn't do anything at all, I have more than one counterspell in hand. And that still doesn't stop me from just simply just activating Kinnan. Winota. You know, I'm starting to see Winota a lot more, and I kind of wish I didn't, because I think Winota's very, very good. I think this is the worst matchup, which is unfortunate. Volkmar with the tier 1 resub, 15 months. Thank you. Say it every time, but I just don't get the notifications anymore. I don't know. It's not on my end. And no one else has had a problem with it. I really don't know. I actually blipped out 2 notifications today too. Yeah, we're keeping this because I had to stop streaming after 15 seconds. Because I messed up my camera. Okay, so I'm leading with tap blue source. Yeah. This hand is... I mean, if this was like an Essence Scatter, I'd feel good, but it's not. Again, they have a bunch of these little you don't care about cardy cards. It's like whatever, but the problem is Winota just turns them all into like gods. This is probably just... I mean, if they have a burn spell, yep, they have a burn spell. This is over. This is over. I might as well I just got time walked. I can cultivate. That's a human. It has to be non-human. Okay, so Mystical Dispute's fine, but now we're in a problem where, you know, like, what do? We gonna counter Winota every single turn and then never do anything else? Are we gonna sit around and cry? I think my best chance of all time ever is to just pass a turn. And just start leaving up mana forever. Okay. Same thing. Yep. This is buying us... I mean, the game is lasting longer than it otherwise would because I'm doing this. Create 2 goblins? Fine. There's no reason to cast Winota. They might as well just not. Seasoned Pyromancer? Okay, well, this is my last chance to counter something. Because otherwise I'm just dead. I need a blue source for Frilled Mystic at this point. What's that even gonna do? I'm just dead. Yeah, the Twitch hack? Nah. Well, maybe, actually. Didn't draw it. Alright, so I can Uro and then have no blue untapped and feel even extra bad. Yep, no, I scoop. See, there's no beating this. I don't think I can beat this ever at all. I think it's completely impossible. There's no beating that. Winota's literally too good. I can't let Winota resolve, but I can't tap out to do anything. I think there was a bit of a ripple effect that they answered my one mana dork, but I really don't think it would have mattered. That is a matchup we never want to see. Never want to see that matchup. This hand is very unfortunate. Oh, if it had a green source. Ugh. I think I'm still going to keep it. No, we're not going to keep it. We're not keeping it. We're not doing that. Just mulligan. Gotta learn to mulligan. Okay, tapped green source here. Into one of these, probably this one. Into one of these two. Probably the Incubation Druid. Opponent growth spiraled, feels bad. They didn't hit a land. I don't know. The fact that they don't have a land in hand scares me. Like, are they going to kill this? They have removal? Or are they going to naturalize this? What's going on here? I think I'm going to lead with this, though. And GG. They can't really afford to ever miss a land drop. It's already a bad matchup. You just don't want to miss a land drop. Keeping 2 lands with a growth spiral is probably always a good idea. Especially when those 2 lands let you tap for specifically growth spiral in a 5-color deck. I think I would keep that. This is somewhat of a similar matchup, except they have a few more creatures. On average, I guess. I should say on average. Because obviously every person's deck is wildly different. Am I going to turn 1 Abundant Harvest? And if so, what am I getting? A land? If I don't turn 1 it, when am I going to have a chance to do it again? Next turn is that. Turn after is that. I don't know if I'll ever get another chance. No, well, yeah, let's just do this. And I will get a non-land, because we have a lot of lands. Tails End is really good, but unfortunately our opponent knows about it, so it is not good anymore. Obviously they still have to deal with it, but it's not as good anymore. Cracking this immediately makes me think they have the rest of their mana established, because, you know, you'd usually wait to see what you're going to get and all that. Pretty light on blue sources, but Cultivate will fix that. I need an untapped source next turn. Ooh, see, this is what happens if you don't plan ahead. I need an untapped source next turn if I want to cultivate, right? Yep. So do I cultivate? I think I just have to cultivate now. If I Abundant Harvest for and I did hit an untapped source. I could play land, Kinnan, tap that, cultivate. But now I don't have it. Wow, this is really annoying, actually. This is really annoying. Playing this as a land, I guess. Pass? That just feels really bad. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm going to lose to their commander if I don't, right? Yeah, that was bad. That was not great. I mean, if I did have an untapped land and I did cultivate, they can just cast their commander. Now they have no real reason to. I'm going to cycle this because we really need to hit a land. Okay, this is no bueno. Alright. Play this. Cultivate double island. Hello? Clicky, clicky. Yep. But hopefully all they do is cast their commander, and then we can start doing some dirty stuff next turn. Hopefully. It just gains life in the first one, right? Yeah. I doubt there's a ramp spell here. There's only like 2 you can ever have. Yeah, alright, that's good. Okay, so they got their thing in play, but it doesn't occur value. It just occurs a ton of mana. Can I do anything if I cast this in the same turn? Not really. Do I just cycle it? That doesn't feel good. I think I'm going to cycle it, though. Okay. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. I can cast this, but it's not doing much. I guess I'll just cast Vizier. No land, no creature on top. Should I look for one? Right now? It's not likely I'm going to play it. Especially when I'm going to get a blue source here, I think. This is not likely. Okay, I didn't get one. So hopefully we can just deal with everything around their commander and ramp spells and lands. I feel like we can. The Great Henge? That's a bit of a problem, isn't it? Is that a problem? Do I care about this? I can just counter things, again, I can counter things around it. What does exclude? Creatures? I'm doing this. It's just way worse when our opponent knows about it anyways, so I gotta get it out of my hand. And I need windows to just cast these counter spells at this point. Alright, that's a good draw. I can do this, crack play it right now, but then I can't really do anything else. Ugh. How much mana if I... Ugh. Alright, I'm just going to Mind Stone and pass. Yeah. There's a chance we're not even going to... We're probably going to Kinnan if we don't have... If we don't want to cast these, we're probably going to lose this. They could go for a creature, and I can draw it, right? Could exclude. Alright, so good thing we have hard counters. Their boatload of mana won't do much against hard counters. Unless they play like Ulamog? Alright. Kind of got what we wanted here. I can upkeep Kinnan if I don't want to draw this land, but that's probably the worst time to do it ever. Nope. Frilled Mystic on top is actually castable. That is... Oh, that's hilarious. Alright, oh man, that means I can't cast this. Oh, wait. Can't do everything I want, can I? No. Alright, I guess we're passing. I guess we're passing. Hopefully Frilled Mystic off the top is just super dirty. Uh-huh. Not going to counter a rent spell. Don't care. That is a rent spell. It does cycle, but it's not super good here. But if they don't do anything else, I'm obviously really sad I just didn't cast this. No, we don't care. Don't care. Don't care. Get a land. Get some mana. Play an actual threat here. Because they can't even swing. And unless they kill their own golem, it's probably not going to draw a card. Elspeth Conquers Death does unfortunately have a target, so kind of have to stop this. It's got one target in play. It's kind of funny. Let's tap like this. Kinnan. Rip. There goes Agent to the bottom. Alright, so... do I pull this out? Probably. Value is value. Just cast it. Cast this. Field of the Dead and maybe Field of Ruin. Or I can get them good. No, no. Castle's good here because we can scry creatures to the top. That's probably just really good. They have one card in hand, so I feel like this is a good time to cast this, because if they deal with it, I still draw 3 cards. Seems like a good time. And pass. They have to read it. I'm probably the only person that plays this. It's super funny. It's probably not very good, but if it ever attacks, you get to kill what you want. And when it dies, it draws 3 cards. I think it's pretty solid. Pretty solid. Maybe a little too fair, but still pretty solid. Alright, so they have Agent. Taking Kinnan, I don't think I care. Oh wow, they take the Chimera. Okay. Land on top. Not good. We can bank on, no. Well, that's unfortunate. Alright, I guess I have to just surprise my opponent in combat. So I'm going to play this. All creatures able to block it do so. So they can't kill my whole board, obviously, so I don't really care if I run this out into it or not. I just want this stuff in play. And I can activate Kinnan whenever I choose. Yep, sure. So they probably swing with it? It's not even that good right now. They do choose to swing with it, though. Okay. Meteor Golem, that's really good. Unfortunately, they're going to draw 3 cards off of my Chimera. But that means I get to sort of do this, right? I don't have to block it. And now I can kind of mess up their board with other things. Like I can do this, do this, can do this, can do this. I'm not going to kill the Golem. Solemn Simulacrum. Yep. And then I can scry 2. Those are poop. Some mana dorks out of the way here. That's poop. Okay. Agent of Treachery is so far the most powerful card cast among between us, and we're seeing that here. Okay, I'll cast Oracle. Get some lands off the top here. Get some zombies. Good, good, good. And then I just pass. I could activate Sorcery Speed, and hope there's something I can just get value off the top with the Vizier. That's probably worth it. Just to continue to find things here, so. Ugh. Oh, agent. Mine. Gimme. And pass. No, swing. With that. Yes. Okay. Alright. This is the biggest board I've ever seen in my life in Commander that are not just exclusively tokens. Kind of funny. Yep. Agent of Treachery for both players was the most powerful card. Please ban. Please remove. Oh, that card is so bad. It's just... No, I'm not going to rant about Agent of Treachery. I'm going to keep playing Magic the Gathering. No, I can do both. What am I talking about? Agent of Treachery is just good in every single scenario. It only gets better if you have a way to like blink it or whatever. But the fact that it can always do something, like steal a land, just means it's just so it's probably too good. Probably too good. In this exact matchup, which I'm seeing more and more and more and more of, it is really, really bad because it's too slow. No mana dork and some big things that aren't really doing anything. I mean, Kogla would be good, but I can't get it out fast enough. No mana dork. Okay, can put back Meteor Golem. There's no way I'm going to cast that. Decline to reveal a forest. We do have a mana rock, so we actually can avoid some degeneracy here of killing my stuff. So do I do green or do I do blue? I think it's relevant. I think I'm actually going to do blue. Boop. And now I can Kinnan. Kinnan into... I didn't draw land. Oh my god, I did not draw land. This taps for blue, right? So I can't... Boom, boom, boom. Alright. In that case, I suppose I will Gilded Goose for double green. And then play Gilded Goose here. That seems fine. Because Kinnan wasn't really doing anything other than that. So we might have a game where I'm able to leave up a counterspell for their commander, while also sort of defending myself on the board. None of this would have been possible if I was on the draw. Snowlands enter tapped. Okay. The other clause doesn't really matter. Boom, boom. Cast Kinnan. And then, can I leave up a counterspell if I tap like this? I can. So I suppose we will do that, and then I'll pass. This is a god. Alright, so we wreck him here. And now I can Primal Command a land. So don't think I can... Wow. 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 They had no 2 or 1 mana play. Which is very... I don't even know why you would keep a hand in this deck without one of these. No 1-drop. No 2-drop. No Swords to Plowshares or Shock. No Lightning Bolt. No Lightning Helix. No Birth of Meletis. No token generation. I don't... Was their hand all lands? That literally might be one of the last things it could have been. They kept a 3-land hand and drew 4 lands? I don't know. That's very strange. Man. A lot of the... It's like Historic Brawl's getting samey. I'm seeing less and less, out there commanders. Maybe it is just time of day. Certain parts, certain hours of the day, you'll play against certain things, and at least that's what I've noticed. Like when it's 3 in the morning, it's probably all Kinnan. Alright, do have a green and a blue, mana dork, counterspell, big boy. Fine. Okay, so I'm gonna crack this turn 1. I don't want to leave it for like looking at the top of my deck. I think it's more important that I have a untapped source when I need it. And playing that as your 3rd land is obviously not great. At this point, do I want a second blue? I feel like blue is getting a little bit more relevant with all these counter spells. And I only need 1 green source because I get the rest of the green from the mana dorks. And if the mana dorks die, I'm not totally blown out of the water. This is the most likely to die instantly because it's a creature and an artifact, but do we care? They're kind of the same. Let's just do this one. Only taps twice, but okay, that's fine. I can't leave up a counterspell in time, so I'm not going to worry about it. Let's see, I can play Kinnan. Can play land. Doesn't matter which one. Can do this, yeah. Get a land in play. Okay. Pass. So maybe we can beat this here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can't cast this next turn. Oh, that's good. That's good. They're gonna trade it for the to pull Kinnan off the board. That is totally fine. We're gonna just do this, and then we're gonna play things. This and this. Yes, that seems fine. Nicol Bolas? What? Guess I'll get rid of the Guardian Idol. They cast Nicol Bolas instead of Golos. I don't know how I feel about that. I really don't know if I agree with that. Okay, though. I mean, we'll take it. Now I just do that. I play this. And then I pass. Yeah, I pass because I have Kinnan ability and I have counterspell for Golos because they sort of just gave me it. They could have a counter back and they're just waiting to have enough mana to, deal with that. Oh, they can flip. Can they flip that? They can. Okay. That's... Opponent's playing it different. They're playing it different. I can respect that. They're gonna get... Okay. Alright. Sure. Yeah. Come on. Oh, dude, really? Okay, well, land, and then Do I just play this? I can't even kill this. Can I? What do I do with it? What do I do against this right now? I mean, it's got 3 on it, so I sort of have to poke it. And Vraska doesn't die then. Wow, that was just so... I can't believe I didn't hit anything. Like, even another Mana Dork would have been good. Alright, well, you got me. I guess I'm doing this. And I guess I'm killing... this. And I'm passing. Whew. If they trade... I was about to say, if they trade with the Nicol Bolas, I think that is good, right? We want that. I think I'd counter anything they do. I think. Yep. I do that one first because the tokens let me counter Golos. Alright. Good, 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 good. Good, good, good. That's not good. That's not good. So now I can cast this, and then it just dies to Nicol Bolas, which is very annoying. And of course they just had Field of the Dead, so this gets even worse. What else am I doing? What does this do? Nothing super crazy. I guess they can get back Vraska again, but am I gonna... I don't know how many times I think this is gonna whiff. I could just play this and force them to deal with it. Deals combat damage to a player, create that many treasure tokens. So I can create 2 treasure tokens. What does that do? Doesn't really do anything. I'll cast Vizier. Oh. Okay. That was absurd. And then we can... What else am I doing? I can leave this back, and then they, No. No, we're doing this. Still have 2 green up, so I can pick up my... Yeah, I'm not actually gonna... I'm just gonna do this. I'm not gonna cast this, because I'd like Kogla to stay indestructible. And, Kinnan is a human, which is really funny, so I can actually pick up Kinnan and avoid a removal spell on him. And just makes him cheaper to cast, right? I do think this list is better than the other one. I think the counterspells are just really, really good. Okay, that's fine. I don't see... I never found a spot to cast this, so... It does mean they know the coast is clear. They are also drawing a bajillion cards, yes. Opponent has played this very well. Okay, they're going to target this, which is wrong, I think. Doesn't really do anything. Probably didn't realize I could do that, honestly. I would assume. Can we draw this? Can we draw it and play it? Alright. Whatever I do starts here, because I need all that mana. So I can cast Uro, and then I can cast Time Wipe. Time Wipe, yeah. Time Warp. Yeah. Seems good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This has been a very interesting game. It looks like it's a soft counter in hand. I'm not sure, actually. And if it is, we obviously want to do this first. I'm going to do this before I do anything. Because I want to know me attacking is safe. Looks like it's good? I don't know. They have 3 mana up. It is double blue. Okay. Good. And then we go to combat. And we swing pretty much with everything. Let's see. You and you go here. And you go here. This doesn't tap for mana anymore. Keep note of that there. Yep. Kill the token. Okay, you have to do whatever that is right now. They did not. Alright, good. They made the play that killed both their creatures, and we still hit one of them for 2, which means we can send more of this face next turn. 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 7. They're not dead. I can't just kill them. So you go face, you go here, you go here, and then you go here. I draw a card off of Uro. Play Field of the... Yes! Yes! Oh, man. Wow. That was actually insane. Oh, shoot. I should have looked at the board. But they played that really well, and it really goes back to that turn when they played Nicol Bolas. It really did them a solid, because they were on the mindset, it seemed, that I did in fact have a bunch of counter spells, and they were wrong. I did in fact not have a bunch of counter spells that game, but they played around it, and it gave them probably the best out. Nicol Bolas killed, I think it killed something. No, yeah, it reanimated Vraska, which then killed something. Then drew 2 cards twice. Soaked a ton of damage. They also had Field of the Dead without Golos or Hour of Parmesan cheese. The cheese card. And they it still wasn't enough. If Golos resolved when I did that Spell Swindle, use the treasure tokens to do the thing, I probably was in a bad spot, depending on how Golos rolled, right? You know, they could have hit nothing. So yeah, I think it was good. I think what they did gave them the best line, and when I finally had counterspells, it was the turn they went for Golos, and I had double counterspell for it. So it just sort of lined up that their worst nightmare came to be anyways. The Frilled Mystic off the top from the Vizier was cool. I liked it a lot. It didn't counter like the craziest thing. It was an Elspeth Conqueror's Death or whatever, but still really cool. Technically, Vizier protected himself, because Vizier was the only target for the Elspeth Conqueror's Death, and this is the only card he could ever have cast out of my deck that would have done anything. Teferi would have been nice in a lot of those spots. I feel I never got to play it. I don't think I've ever cast Teferi in Historic Brawl. This Teferi, obviously, but there's a lot of times where I have dead big creatures in hand, and I'd like to get rid of them with the looming prospect to at some point take 2 extra turns, and at that point you almost win, but not always. There was against that Teferi deck, I had an opportunity to leave this up, but I went for Kinnan or something like that instead because I'm falling behind. I don't think this would have resolved anyways because they had like a Lotus Field tapping for 6 mana, you know, through the turn cycles because the Teferi was untapping it. So that was just unfortunate. Other than that, the early mana dorks are still really good. Keaton's ability to sometimes hit some big gas is always good. There's not too many large big boys. There's like 13 expensive cards, and I don't even know how many are actually creatures. Like how many targets? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 8 cards, and he looks at the top 5, right? Yeah, 8 cards, top 5. On average, I assume you expect to activate it twice before he would die. You know, so let's say you see on average 10 cards every time Kinnan is in play and doesn't die until he dies again or whatever. Let's, you know, top 10, you know, 100 cards. 8 cards are good hits. It's probably good enough because every time you hit a mana dork, the mana dork is going to tap for 2, and then it lets you maybe even Kinnan twice, right? Eventually. And you can just kick back and leave all these counter spells up, and at that point you have enough mana to hardcast any of these big things in your hand. You have Primal Command and Finale of Devastation to just go get them. If Kinnan keeps dying or you don't think Keenan's gonna, you know, work. I don't even think I've ever cast Brainstorm. Brainstorm is really good with Vizier, Oracle, this new thing right here, Augur of Autumn. Anything with Autumn for some reason is just busted in Magic lately. What else? What else is good with Brain? I mean, your whole deck is good with Brainstorm. Shuffling things away with a ramp spell like Hour of Parmesan, yeah, Hour of Parmesan cheese. Primal Command. So there's a lot of like a lot of synergy in this deck, which is cool because you get to play big creatures, you get to play counter spells, you get to play ramp spells. In some card draw, not a ton of card draw, but pound for pound, your cards are typically good enough. You don't really have to draw that many cards to like outvalue your opponent, as we saw that last game with Nicol Bolas just drawing a ton of cards for the opponent. I know I'm doing the deck tech at the end. I don't know. That's what I did. If you made it to the end, yeah, there it is. But anyways, thanks for watching. I'm probably done with Kinnan now. I think this is a better version of Kinnan than just going super all in on turn 2 mana dork into turn 3 Kinnan into, you know, other mana dorks, and then turn 4 just spamming them or something like that, which is powerful. Not necessarily inconsistent either, but the ability to have a controlling style while still pretty much doing the same thing is good, and it means you have less games where you have totally dead cards in your hand, because the cards aren't just massive creatures you can't cast, they're just a bunch of really good counter spells. I mean, even Cancel's good in this format because it's, you know, it's just slow enough. I mean, we even won against Winota using Cancel, right? Essentially. So yeah, that was cool. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you made it this far. I said that at the beginning. I'm going to say it again. And I will see you guys next time. Yeah.